Hi, my name is Diane. I'm the shelter manager for the dogs at Save the Animals Foundation. And this is one of our most beautiful hounds. Hounds typically come up from Kentucky. We rescue a lot of dogs from what we call kill shelters in Kentucky. They are county shelters where they euthanize dogs for space. Obviously we are a no-kill shelter, and therefore we do our very best to help as many of the county shelters as we can, and we work with 3 particular shelters. So Addy came to us at the beginning of last year, 2017. She's still only 2 years old. She's a red bone hound and is just beautiful. Look at these ears. Look at these absolutely gorgeous ears. When you see those in slow motion, they're quite a fun thing to see. So Addy is strong. Addy does jump low fences. Addy likes exercise, and these are all things that people that are coming in to adopt a dog don't want to hear. Then, Addy, she's strong. So Addy has been to training. She needs more training. And one of the things that we encourage our volunteers to do is to take dogs to training as often as possible. However, I'm going to put a plea for volunteers. If you are interested at all in working with dogs on either our morning or evening shifts, we would love to have you, because a lot of our volunteers have gone back to school at this time of the year and we're kind of short. So Addy needs more training, but she is probably one of the most friendly, dog-friendly dogs that we have. She plays with so many dogs. She goes to the daycare at the Pet Spot and at Red Dog, both very good, and also Camp Bow Wow, that they give us free daycare for our shelter dogs. So I want to give a plug for all of them and thank them. Addy is loving and sweet and kind, and she's just an all-around beautiful dog. But she's not going anywhere because people don't want hounds. So if you know somebody that wants a hound, this is a beautiful hound that would definitely fit into your home. Hi, this is Freddy, and Freddy is a pup. He's under a year old, and he was also rescued from the same shelter as Addy. More recently, he's only been here about a month. He's, we don't know, maybe a lab with some terrier, or who knows, border collie, we don't know. They've probably got 10 different breeds in them by the time they come here. So this is little Freddy, and he's learning to play with other dogs. He's doing really well, and he has quite a few friends here. He's not as strong as Addy, but he's young and he probably was never trained. And so that's something we'll be working on with him, and also getting him ready for daycare as soon as he shows that he's good with all dogs, and not just a few. But he's so playful, and he's such a big head, and he jumps on other dogs and is just rough in his playing. He has no aggression in him at all. He's just a sweetheart, an absolute silly puppy that just doesn't know his own strength. So we're working on getting him to daycare so he can run off some of his energy. So he's, as I said, he's only just under a year old. I think he's probably more like around 10 months actually. And then he is up to date with everything, neutered, vaccinated, ready to go. And we're hoping that the next stop is daycare and then a forever home. So this is Fraser. We had Fraser and Freddy at the same time. Fraser came from the same shelter. This guy was found as a stray in Kentucky and ended up in one of the county shelters, probably under a year old. Very, very playful, very energetic, always wagging his tail. We think he might have some border collie in him. He just adores people. He has friends to play with as well. So all of these young dogs that are either found as strays, or they are turned in by their owners for one reason or another into the county shelters, it's usually because they don't want the dog in the house anymore, because either the dog is young and strong like this, they were cute when they were a puppy, but not anymore. So that's why they end up in shelters, because they haven't been trained and they don't listen and they run away. And so that's what we try and do as much as we possibly can, by getting them to daycare, by getting the volunteers to really work on making them sit, for example, before they go into their run, by getting as many dogs as we can to training. It's usually 2 to 4 at a time we can get into training classes. And hopefully, with enough people in the shelter giving them some structure, by the time they get adopted, they'll still need some work, but you know, we've maybe broken the ice a little bit. So this is Fraser.